again. That's me. No, then, yeah, that guy. We need to talk about something. Reality check. Let's call it American greatness or American delusion. Now, don't get me wrong. I think America is a great country. Probably the greatest country. It depends on how you define great. My definition of greatness, as far as this country is concerned, is different, completely different from what most people perceive. And to that effect, I would like to give a reality check on America's greatness or delusion versus Russia's greatness or delusion. And to do that, I want to just compare some points of strategy. Strategy. It's like strategy mixed with tragedy. Strategy. Um. So the first one I thought of is what we're gonna go with the list of things that I wrote down with my English like things that happen when I hit pens against paper. I don't know if you call that writing. It's just things that happen when pens hit paper in my hand. That was trying really, really hard to be not very funny. Okay. So helping others. Like I need some help with my jokes. That's part of America's greatness, I think. Okay. Um, Not many other countries. I mean, it's kind of like America and Great Britain, and everybody else just kind of helps their neighbors when they can. China's recently, in the past 10 years or so, gotten more involved in helping uh, distant countries. But America wins that one. And I don't think enough people really appreciate that, especially people in this country. You need to stop seeing really vast conspiracies and remember that if there are conspiracies, the conspirators are taking advantage of the common American will to help people less fortunate because that is the American way. Stop being a traitor. It's okay to be a truth hunter, but don't allow yourself to be convinced into treachery. America, okay? Mm. America. All right, so number two on my little list here is general manipulation of foreign governments. The difference between America and Russia, as far as this respect, you can't really get yourself the numbers on how often it's done. You can get yourself two figures. One is the personnel committed. Russia has a vast, vast advantage in numbers of personnel committed to foreign intelligence and infiltration. Okay. And, well, to further analyze that point, I'll just say my next point. America is the one that gets caught a lot. So who's better at it? Russia. Americans don't like to think they're at a disadvantage on anything. But guess what? We're only at number two. Listen up. Number three is spying and subversion, which I kind of covered in number two, but they're two different things. Okay, controlling of foreign governments is what I didn't elaborate on in the first example, which is okay, if they are the ones who are getting away with it, what are they doing with it? Well, what they're doing with it is what they would want to do with it, which is get people elected, both the boards of directors of companies, local government offices, state, federal, if possible, government offices. Okay, not just here, but you can kind of guess what they're doing here just by what we've uncovered that they've done elsewhere, especially in Ukraine. That's why I advise everybody to follow Ukraine. Backtrack all the Vice Newses. Go back all the Vice Newses. Russian Roulette, Part 1, and just binge watch it. Trust me, it's exciting. Especially watch the Maidan first so you know what it's about. And try to find the Euromaidan PR's 40-minute freaking video of the actual shootings going on so you can see what happened for yourself. There's a lot of misinformation about some planted videos and some planted snipers who plenty of people were kind of wondering what the hell these people are doing and who they are and where they came from right before that Nazi snipering thing happened. If you're not following it, you don't know what I'm talking about. Go follow it, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so spying and subversion. How many technologies have we stolen from the Russians? Well, you'd almost have to be a flat earther just to believe there was any. And even then, really, stole them. No. We just need to actually take a space program seriously, and you can just do the math and figure out what it would actually take to control it. It's not hard stuff. It's really not hard stuff. Rockets have been around for hundreds of years. Okay. Subversion. Like, I don't know, wait, spying, subversion. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained here. It's just crazy how much stuff people need to know that I can't just blurt out on a freaking nice video display like most people who have like editing software and shit like that. I have a cell phone with a fucking and I don't have a whole lot of RAM on it. I don't want to download like any more apps or anything. Okay, I'm just making a damn video, talking here. It's not good enough for you. Fucking get your shit together and make a better channel than this and cover the same topics. Spread the word. Do it yourself. This is what I'm going to do because this is what I got time for. And frankly, considering who I am, I don't want that much attention. So, text stolen. Let's see, what else is covered under spying? Would hacking be covered under spying? I know through a little birdie that I trust very much that Russia does proxy hacking through China and is very good at making it look like China does the hacking when they hack us. Also, you have North Korea. China doesn't really like North Korea. That's a delusion. You need to get that out of your head. You know who supports North Korea? The people on their border. It's Russia. And Russia has recently, since invading Ukraine, stepped up its support of North Korea. Russia has also been financing several parties in Europe, South America, Africa, and the Middle East. And did I mention ISIL? Oh, yeah. Um, NASA versus silly putty. I think the end of that, I gave you the rant on the Vice News thing that I just watched. They just posted tonight about the Cold War, and they ended it with ISIL. Been saying all along, ISIL is Sputnik. ISIL's fucking. It's it's another Sputnik, man. It's a Russian fucking distraction tactic. Yeah, ISIL. Okay, so Saddam had a very close knit group of loyal assholes. Okay, appropriately deemable as fascist. And these guys were the guys who got all their shit from Russia. And that probably never really stopped. Okay. And if there were weapons of mass destruction, I guarantee you that there's a tunnel somewhere to Russia, and they just kind of got rid of them. I'm not saying I was definitely against the Iraq War all along. I was actually harassed for being a peace activist during that time. But fact of the matter is, we don't know the extent of Russia's involvement. We basically just assumed that they were just sitting there while we fought these wars on their fucking doorstep. Are you kidding me? So who's better at this shit? They are. They don't ever get caught. Nobody has a fucking clue. They could have been behind Pearl Harbor. Nobody would have a fucking clue. You've been made to repeat otherwise and gotten grades for it over and over again in accordance with a treaty that we signed with Russia. I don't know what really happened, but there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there about what happened. None of them make sense. None of them even have Russia as a hypothesis. Even though right before Pearl Harbor, we had just promised Japan support if they continued their war against Russia. Yes, Japan and Russia were at war. And we told Japan, you're doing a heck of a job. And we can. We're going to help you out. And then 2 weeks later, they bombed Pearl Harbor. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Moving on, moving on. Oh, look. Number 4, covert proxy wars. Clearly, we're not very good at that. Let's see. Let's just list the ways that that's gone horribly. Northern Japan is now called North and South Korea. Um, Vietnam is Vietnam. Um, I'm looking back at a paper to read nothing because I already read the little tiny sentence I have on the paper. I'm just gonna pretend this will bring my brain back into function. Um, Proxy wars. Let's see, when we supported the Taliban, how will that go? We're not very good at proxy wars. We got all kinds of shit going wrong. Been gone wrong in South America, Central America. Excuse me. Now, Russia, on the other hand, hmm, it's got such a long, extensive history of proxy wars that it's hard to know which ones went right, which ones went wrong, because Russia's been doing it for so long and has such extensive experience and relies on this kind of strategy so extensively that there could be wars that they lost that were simply feign, intentional withdrawals, intentional goading into overconfidence. 1990. Um, allergies. I sneeze. Cold War never ended, and the coal bombing was suspicious. Um, I must be getting a cold. Um, sorry. So number one was ours. Two, three, and four. Can I go to Russia? Slava Ukraine. It's not going well for them either. And because of the next one, we're doing all we can. We've done all we can rationally without causing a bloodbath. We've done all we can. Obama did the right thing. He's been doing the right thing. Kerry. I'm glad Kerry is where he is. Number five is general military strength. Oh, hands down, America's better, right? Children, children, children. America has many technological military advantages, but wars do not plan well. Once an army, such as the one Russia currently has mobilized, decides to go in a general direction, there are very few technologies that are going to stop it from leveling at least half of Europe. We can take control of the air to a point when we go on the offensive. But taking control in the air on a defensive is a whole different ball game, especially with all of the modernization that Russia's been doing lately, because most of it has been surface to air oriented. The rest of it has been massive artillery, including small strategic nukes, which there's been reports of one, possibly two, already being used in East Ukraine. Saw a video of the explosion, and if that ain't what they supposedly call a nuke, I don't know what the fuck it is. I personally believe that nukes are actually thermobarics, but that's a long story. I'm not getting into it right now. But no, I'm not big on giving man the capability of destroying the earth. It didn't happen. Jeez. But speaking of nukes, the supposed number of these things is vastly in Russia's favor. Um, ballistic strategic missiles. They are. They're big fucking flying bombs. Okay, they will fuck a lot of shit up. Okay, the biggest thing that people need to be aware about with Russia is that we don't fucking know what they have. Okay, don't kid yourself. We don't know. We don't know how many tunnels they have. We don't know how many caves they have. But we know they've been doing that kind of shit for almost 100 years. And nobody's gotten far enough into Russian territory to know anything about it. Please. Russia plans wars like the freaking machines on the Matrix. Okay? They will have a soldier for every man, woman, and child they go to fucking conquer. Practically. And last thing you want to do is succumb to a provocation. That's why I think Obama's made the right choice. Because there's been a lot of provocations. And I'm not, I certainly don't mean to demean the lives of the thousands of Ukrainians who have died by calling it a provocation. Because to them, it wasn't a fucking provocation. This war is real. And the national media can't spread the word without causing provocation of their own. So it's up to anybody who watches this who has a channel. Refer your viewers to Vice News. Refer your viewers, or try to take a step back from the analysis that they're pumping into people's brains right now, and go and tell people the obvious that something's not right, and we could be in a lot of fucking trouble. Number 7. 2 out of 5 ain't bad. 2 out of 7 ain't bad. 2 to 5 ain't bad. Math at 1 a.m. I need much warmer and stronger coffee for math at 1 a.m., especially on a Saturday night. Number 7 is wanted to make sure I had it right. Make riddles that even confuse me for a few seconds. Potential and moral authority. I'm trying to combine the two ideas and like potential authority. Not in this video. Um, so potential. What's America's potential? America's potential is its inevitability if it survives. That is being not a melting pot. It can be simultaneously a melting pot and a multicultural epicenter. We should, as a nation, make a regular focus in celebrating our differences, hands down. And what do we have, like one multicultural day or something? And I'm not going to make this a big long spiel because this video is long enough. We just don't ever give the grown up perspective when we give news about people acting like children. We usually just let a couple of adolescents in grown up clothes bark at each each other instead. Where the fuck is it getting? We're all just acting like a bunch of adolescents barking at each other. Monkeys throwing shit at each other. So where's our moral authority gone? Where is it to be found? What do we have to do to get it back? Because it does seem like we lost it, didn't we? Well, we did, and then we got it back when we elected Barack Obama. Nobody seemed to notice because Vladimir fucking Putin didn't want you to. But you grow a nice big pair of red, white, and blue balls and stop being Putler's bitch. Hmm. Because what Putler wants, Putin on the Ritz, what Putler wants is for racism to self perpetuate. What Putler wants is for none of us to get along. For the Christians and the atheists to be going at each other, for the blacks and the whites to be going at each other, for the Chinese and the Mexicans and the Eskimos to be going at each other, and I don't even know why. But you know, you know. Can't we all just get along? Yeah, I'm doing it. Fuck not. People need to grow the fuck up. America can literally save the world, people. We just got to stop pretending there's any excuse to fight amongst ourselves. Start acting like Americans. Okay? Go ahead and do your thing. Like and subscribe if you fucking